Some food just looks expensive in effort. And the second I saw the pulled pork sandwich from ZZQ Texas Craft Barbeque on diners, drive-ins, and dives, I knew this was one of those sandwiches. Giant piles of smoky pork, dripping juice, barbecue sauce everywhere. The kind of sandwich where you need extra napkins before the first bite. And if you've ever been to a real Texas-style BBQ place, you already know the deal. Welcome to Greasy Spoon Crockpot Showdown, the only place where we take legendary Triple D inspired food, ignore half the complicated chef nonsense, throw it in a crock pot, and somehow still end up with something ridiculously delicious. If it's greasy, cheesy, smoky, messy, covered in sauce, or requires extra napkins, we're making it. No fancy kitchens, no expensive gadgets, just comfort food for normal people who want big flavor without turning cooking into a full-time job. So grab a plate, loosen your belt, and let's make something dangerously good. Somebody's been awake all night making that food happen. Smokers rolling for hours, meat getting sprayed, wrapped, rested. It's basically a full-time job. But here's the problem. Most people love barbecue, but they do not want barbecue to become a lifestyle. So today we're making the lazy person version that still tastes incredible. We're using a crock pot to fake that slow-cooked barbecue flavor without needing a backyard smoker the size of a car. And honestly, this turned out way better than I expected. We're starting with pork shoulder because it's almost impossible to mess up in a slow cooker. Into the crock pot goes the pork, smoked paprika, garlic powder, onion powder, brown sugar, black pepper, Worcestershire sauce, barbecue sauce, and a splash of apple cider vinegar to cut through all the richness. Then the easiest step of the entire recipe. Put the lid on and ignore it for the next 8 hours. That's it. No fire management, no temperature checks, no pretending to be a pitmaster on YouTube. Now while the pork cooks, let's make something every great pulled pork sandwich needs. Crunch. We're throwing together a quick slaw with cabbage, mayo, vinegar, black pepper, and a little sugar. Nothing fancy, but this is what keeps the sandwich from turning into a heavy meat bomb. Once the pork is done cooking, shred it right inside the juices. And this is where the crock pot really earns its paycheck, because the meat comes apart effortlessly and stays ridiculously juicy. Is it authentic Texas barbecue? No. But is it insanely good for something this easy? Absolutely. Now it's sandwich time. Toast the buns on a cheap paninigrill, pile on the pulled pork, hit it with extra sauce, throw slaw on top, and try not to destroy your shirt eating it. This thing is messy in the best possible way. Sweet, smoky, tangy, rich. Exactly what comfort food is supposed to be. And honestly, this is why I love doing these videos. Not to perfectly clone restaurant food, not to spend 3 days making one sandwich, just to take the inspiration from these legendary Triple D spots and turn it into something normal people can actually make at home without losing their minds. Because sometimes you don't need perfection. You just need a giant pulled pork sandwich and a crock pot that does most of the work for you. See you next episode.